Swing, 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 swing. I know you feel me. Swing, swing, conspiracy.
Yo, what up? This is the Swanglin Show, the return of the Swanglin Show, the epic episode 4 holiday edition. You know what it is. It's your boy Joshua P. Dunn. The P is for Padre, because I might as well be your dad this time around. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy Caviar Dick, like Forrest Gump's daddy, is on vacation. Slight hiatus. So today we got filling in the co-host role on the epic return of the Swanglin Show. We got the heart of Cary, Ohio, the fickle freckle boy, the Angelo's Pizzas for the whole squad advocate, Newkleus. What's up, my dude?
Living the dream, loving life, as usual.
Living life as usual.
Yeah.
That's how we got to get it in on the Swanglin Show. Episode 4. Today we're going to talk about some crazy shit. We're going to talk about how me and you linked up together. We're going to talk about a specific trip that we had made in general back in the day that is going to bring up some memories for you.
Yep.
We got special guest interview on the show from the Bulger Bloodline Records homies, Majik Duce, Dan the Saltine. You know what I'm saying? Defiance, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio homies that's been down with us, representing conspiracy shit for a long time.
Two very
you know what I'm saying?
Artists, for sure.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about this crooked-ass, crazy, weird college playoff football system. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely going to talk about the motherfucking Watergate album that's available now from the Conspiracy family, starring myself, Joshua Dunn, and Newkleus, you know what I'm saying, among other motherfuckers that's putting it down across this country. We're also going to talk about some major cornball shit that's going on in today's world. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to kick it right off the jump, Nuke. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember how me and you met each other, bro?
I believe it was at a show. If not, it was shortly. We were supposed to do a show together. I think you ended up not showing up. But we ended up linking together shortly thereafter for other reasons. I knew we had like a series of shows lined up.
You know that means I probably didn't get paid. So
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah. It was in Cary, but I remember I was in my hometown, so I did the show, and then we ended up linking up somehow shortly thereafter, and it kind of just went from there, fucking work-wise.
That's what I'm talking about, man. It was crazy because, like, I remember meeting you, like, just from doing shows. Somehow we must have had, like, a mutual friend or somebody that knew us. And then, like, shortly after that time is, like, when the mixtape fucking surge started popping.
Yeah.
With the internet and places like DatPiff and all them different crazy sites. And the homie, to the troll fucking god, rest in peace, to Mr. Rage, R.I.P. fucking DJ Ricky Huge.
Swanglin Eternal.
We was putting out this motherfucking series, right? Called the Huge Mixtape Series.
Yeah.
It's DJ Ricky Huge selecting all the music, putting things together. I came in on the marketing front, helped him push it. You were involved in it later in the series.
Yep.
But initially, you was purchasing mixtape slots and like trying to politic with us to get your music on a promo tip.
Well, you know how we were aware of each other because it was the MySpace era and the local fucking. They used to have the local charts where you could find out. So everyone that ended up being a part of Conspiracy was pretty much the top of those charts in the local area, except for a few people that we kick it with and other fashions and stuff. So like, I mean, it really was. We were kind of aware of each other. I think I remember now, and I think we linked up through MySpace.
No, I think we were aware of each other because of the type of outlet or whatever. But
yeah,
I mean, pretty much our link up happened due to physically both of us being out here pushing ourselves.
Yeah,
you know
it
what
was.
I'm saying?
That's what it was. Yeah.
And I remember at first, like, we were hooking you up with them mixtape slots and shit. And then one day you came and seen me. I think I was living in Findlay, Ohio at the time.
Yep.
And you just would start rapping in the parking lot. And I'm like, I got to throw you some beats. We got to work on some music.
Yep.
And then from there, you know what I'm saying? Who would have thought how many trips we made, road trips and shows by the fucking, you know, how many events you think we've probably been involved in together or projects? We're probably pushing 100.
Yeah, like dozens.
You know what I mean?
Dozens, yeah. Like, yeah. It's been, yeah. It's, like clockwork anymore for us to do some of the stuff that we've been doing. You know, we've done it together for so long, as far as shows and stuff that, yeah.
I want to throw that out there though, that the history is there, because like a lot of people aren't as brand awareness with the act Newkleus
Sure.
and Conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Previous to the Conspiracy Family album Watergate, which is available right now at all streaming platforms everywhere, that we came together as this group to help push each other, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But previous to that, you do have a label release through me, the Conspiracy Entertainment imprint, the Lefty Grove Lick album, which is available.
Yes. I have a Conspiracy release.
But as far as like the timeline of what we've done in the company, I feel like you're one of the unsung heroes, because a lot of the back end work and stuff that you provide. So I think it's a good look to have you as the co-host for this motherfucking special holiday edition of the Swanglin Show. We're saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah. What's up with Kwanzaa? Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
All denominations, it's all love from the Conspiracy Family, Joshua Dunn and Newkleus. We're in this motherfucker right now.
And a Happy New Year.
Now, how do you celebrate the holidays, Newkleus? Because I know you were kind of you have like a multi-based religious faith.
Yeah. I was raised Catholic, and Cary is a huge Catholic town, so I was raised that way on Christmas and stuff. Ended up having children with a Jewish woman, and so we incorporate Hanukkah into the holiday season with the children. And so Hanukkah's over for the year, but it rotates, so sometimes it is around Christmas. But yeah, we celebrated Hanukkah, lit the menorah, spun the dreidel, ate fried food, retold the story of Hanukkah, which we won't go into here, but it ends up being Jewish holidays are, you know, they tried to kill us, we won, let's eat. So in this one, it's the Greeks, I believe, were the bad guys. It just changes to who the bad guys were in their holidays. So, but yeah, Hanukkah is this holiday season. That was a lot of fun. The kids had fun. We take dreidel pretty seriously.
Well, that's pretty dope that you're able to dreidel, and you're also to be able to distinguish between the two. Make that choice, raise your kids the way you want to, which major love for being a motherfucking single parent in today's world. You know what I'm saying? Clap, clap, clap for this motherfucking dude right here. Now, I wanted to ask that question, though, because I was kind of not concerned, but I was intrigued, you know what I'm saying, to know which ways in which you celebrated, you know what I'm saying, that this awesome holiday season, because ultimately, regardless of the religious shit, you know what I mean, it's all about spending time with your family and being there with your kids and, you know, doing the real grown shit and spending the time that's the actual memory of the whole thing, you feel me?
Yeah, all the bonding and stuff. Yeah, Christmas is coming up, but we're going to celebrate that with family and stuff too. We never have missed out on any holidays either way. They just have more holidays, it seems. And that's a great thing. That's a beautiful thing.
Do you think that Santa Claus gives a fuck about what you care about on the holiday season, Newkleus?
No. Santa Claus has his own thing going on, man. He's focused on getting those toys to the kids, man.
Right.
Like he's like, he don't care what you think. If you just, all he cares about is were you naughty or nice, because that's all that matters in his world.
Well, we know about what you did to the couch. We're not even gonna go into that.
Straight naughty.
But everybody that already knows about that knows what's popping. Yeah. So, I want to segue and talk about this album that we just did, man. This fucking Conspiracy Family Watergate album that you can pick up right now at all streaming platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon, Google Play, all the places where you might listen to your music. You know what I'm saying? Go jam this shit. Check it out. We got production on there from AK and OJ from the Czech Republic. We got the late, great Mr. Rage on there. CJ De Niro on there.
Yes.
The homie Vice Grip down in South Florida is on there. Shout out to Vice.
Every one of those people on there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's always dope when we come together as one, because we create this strange, eclectic energy that I feel like can't really be replicated. Like when all the ingredients are there, it's almost like it's like baking some fucking cake or something.
Perfect,
if you remove one of those ingredients, it's not quite as solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, we got the homie Marinated Mitch is on there. Mitch Millions of True Definition is on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Freak is on there. Freaky. You feel me? From
Freaky. Yeah.
Jonesboro, Arkansas. Shout out Jonesboro, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, Paragould, Arkansas.
Much
you know
love.
what I'm saying? West Memphis, Arkansas. Much love. Those areas always showed us love and still do to this motherfucking day.
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite record on the Watergate album and why?
Probably We're Not Crooks. I just really, it's got Rage on it, and I really like Mitch's verse on it as well. And Vice is good on it as well. But I like the video. I always thought it was a good, strong first single. And, but that's my favorite one besides the tracks I did on it, because I like those because we were on them, but Mr. Rage was on them as well. And all the tracks I'm on Watergate, 3 of them, Mr. Rage is on all 3. And so it was good to hear me along with our friend and you, but our friend that's no longer with us, Mr. Rage, rest in peace. But besides that, I really dug We Are Not Crooks. I thought it was just a hell of a jam.
And it's crazy that the whole album in general, like the Watergate concept and the whole premise and idea of doing like a squad style project, that was all Rage's idea. This is something that stems back to, you know what I'm saying, 2012, 2013. You know what I'm saying? Even previous to that, when me and Rage were doing the Pure Profit shit with Rob Digital, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Rob, people, the Animus Project, all that shit. He's got popping right now. He always would try and put emphasis on, man, he wanted to do a project because he was so hype on 3-6 and shit, because he's from right by that fucking Memphis area, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Shit is super live out there.
Yes.
So he always wanted to put together this group, and when he passed away, it's like I knew that I had to make that commitment to say, okay, of all the things, even though, you know, as a crew, we're devastated by this loss that we just took of a fucking, you know, the dude that they called the underboss in his fucking obituary.
Yeah.
You feel me? I mean, this is legitimate fucking things that happen. You saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Taking that L, and then it's like I'm looking at everything that's on the table and like what should be prioritized and what should be important. I always thought from that moment that this Watergate joint is gonna be the one, because for Rage especially, in his area, he was the dude that brought people together.
Of all walks of life.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He held that influence over people to where that's what he does,
he fucked
man.
with everyone.
Yeah,
and everyone fucked with him.
He pulled everybody together.
I mean,
so I'm like, okay,
yeah.
that was his mission through the music, was the togetherness and the companionship and the friendships that you build from it. So I'm like, you want to know what? If I finish up any of this shit, which I did other projects as well, That's Nasty 5. We put out a bunch of different Mr. Rage features, including My Chainsaw Family with A Game.
Yes.
And Spooky and Vice Grip was on that record as well, and I believe Gruesome, who's super talented MC.
Oh yeah.
Who Rage did music with as well. I think he's from Iowa actually, but he's super fire. But it's like I knew that project specifically had to be done. So like records like We Are Not Crooks, there's pieces and stems of that. That's like the original. That record Rage recorded. That's him. Him on the hook. That's his joint. So you gotta think how old that record is in comparison to when it's released. I mean, there's new flavor on it with the verses and shit being touched up. You know, there's a lot of the records on the project are newer too.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you go back and you listen to it as a whole, it's like, damn, this is solid as fuck. But if you don't know the lineage of how long,
painstaking.
how, you know what I mean, that it was to put this project together.
It's quite an accomplishment.
A lot of records got cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was probably like, we went over 40 some tracks, maybe more overall. I remember. And
that's not even including everybody's solo material that's just available. I mean, we were reaching and picking through all these things. And I think we put together a really good cohesive record. Shout out to the homie Rob Digital again, who came in on the post-production.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And tightened everything up, got us all the way together on that. To be able to get it from point A to point B was fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? Anything that we can do collectively as a squad to help push that brand and that face of the motherfucking His Royal Throatness, El fucking Rajay, He Who Has Five Villains, DJ Ricky Huge, Mr. Rage, the Craighead County fucking heavyweight champion, son. You know who I'm talking about. Suck it for Rage. Mr. motherfucking Rage. Anything that we can do collectively to push that man, I'm with it 100 motherfucking %.
Always.
Because that's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And speaking of Rage, there's a story that I want to bring up and talk to you about and just kind of rehash some old memories of. We took a road trip one time, right?
Yeah.
And we went down to Arkansas, was our destination. I believe we were shooting music video for the song Donnie. And we were also, that's me and Mr. Rage, and we were also shooting something for the Steel Rider Posse, I believe.
Yes.
In Arkansas. And we made a couple pit stops along the way here and there. On some promo shit, of course, you know, we hit the road not empty-handed. We got promo flyers, we got CDs and merch. I believe at the time I was hustling energy drinks for Hunted Racks energy drinks. Shout out to them. They was major. They came through with major nice packages for me to go help push their brand. And, you know, so we're just rolling down the fucking highway
drinking
in a rental car, drinking energy drinks that are on the sleeve. And I'm like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? We're going to pull over at the University of Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Right by the Kentucky Downs or whatever the fuck that is, the horse track.
Yeah.
It's like side by side. We pull up, and I'm like, all right, Nuke, we're about to get on some promo shit. We're going to go out here and we're going to canvas this motherfucking little area that's right here. And you're like, man, this shit is going to be dope. We got to make this happen. And I specifically said, watch the way that I fucking finesse this shit when we do this, right?
Yeah.
So we come up on this little, like, shopping area center that's, like, in the middle of one of the campus areas, and there's, like, a fucking laundromat in there, a little barber shop, little Save-A-Lot food store, all this shit. And we literally went up in every one of these fucking places on this little strip mall, and they showed love and let us put our fucking shit up in the fucking windows and on the fucking stand and everything. And then we get back in the car and we're like, damn, we fucking just finessed the shit.
Well, not even that. There was the laundromat. Like someone had busted in the window of the door. There was a glass door, and someone had busted that in. And the lady was not having a really good morning, and she was still cool with how polite you were with her. She was still polite and allowed you to to put your wares up while she was dealing with that shit. And I thought that was hilarious in and of itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that shit was crazy, though, like, how we were able to, and we did that in multiple markets as well. Like, we would go out to Tennessee, multiple different spots, you know, multiple spots in Kentucky, you know, Eastern Indiana, you know what I'm saying, Southern Michigan, you know, as far west as, you know, some spots in PA, even hit West Virginia, and, you know what I'm saying, hitting all these other different little spots. We got stories like a motherfucker, guys, that y'all have to continue to stay tuned into the Swanglin Show to hear some of the wild shit that you encounter when you're out here pushing music or being involved in any type of alternative workplace lifestyle, entrepreneurship type shit, that you get to encounter people from crazy all walks of life, and you get to see people at the top, people at the bottom, and you get to intermingle with all these people, so you see the wildest shit, like on this same exact trip that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
After we leave Kentucky, we're getting into Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? We pull up, we get to the homie Mr. Rage's crib. You know what I'm saying? And immediately, this dude has, and I know you're gonna fucking co-sign this because I would not lie, on the fucking return of the Swanglin Show, episode 4, maxed out holiday Swanglin. You know what I'm saying? I would not lie at this event. This man pulled out a gallon jug of straight, clear spirit fucking moonshine. Am I right or am I motherfucking wrong, Newkleus?
Dude, it was excessive. What the fuck happened, man? But yeah, it started. He came out right from the rip with the jug, and then I remember needing sleep after a while because we partied hard and we were still recording into the night.
Absolutely. This was in the middle of the epic conspiracy family Ohio versus Arkansas party war.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I forgot all about that, too.
That's peeling back an onion, which here, within the next couple of episodes, we got to have the homie's true definition on the Swanglin show, the homie Marinated Mitch, and we can chop it up in detail some more about the quote-unquote Ohio versus Arkansas conspiracy family party wars that happened over a stretch of many years that would cause many people to get their picture taken in strange locations, doing things they shouldn't be captured doing.
Taking L's.
The puke count was very high, you know.
Dude, I took a major L on social media.
Yeah, you did. Live and direct. And we'll talk about that on another episode of the motherfucking Swanglin show. Yeah. So, there's something I got on my mind that I want to talk about that's been in the news lately. You know what I'm saying? Me, as I'm a sports fan. Nuke, I know you're a sports fan.
Very
you
much
feel me?
So, yeah.
Me personally, I love the Ohio State Buckeyes college football team.
For life.
Ohio for life. I know you are an Ohio State Buckeyes fan, avid, lifelong. You feel me?
Yes.
They got this system in place where they're generating a 4-team playoff for the championship, right?
Yes.
In comparison to previous BCS bullshit that didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
But they just did some shit to where I feel like the Ohio State Buckeyes got ripped off for the college football playoffs. I think they should have got Oklahoma's spot in the playoffs.
Yep.
And if they didn't, why aren't they number 5?
Because of politics, and that was exactly what the playoffs were supposed to take out of it, was politics. Because one year, the thing is, in my opinion, the committee is not consistent. However, their argument has always been that the playing fields are different each year, so that when they go off. Now, are you taking the best 4 college conference champions, or are you taking the best 4 teams? Because you're taking the best 4 teams, I feel like Ohio State deserves to be in there above Notre Dame, and probably above Oklahoma. The only 2 teams... I don't think Ohio State's invincible or anything like that. I think they could lose to quite a few teams, but I do think they could smoke Notre Dame, and they could probably handle Oklahoma. Oklahoma's defense is not that good. Their offense is phenomenal, though.
I think behind Dwayne Haskins, that they are capable to win a national championship right now. Depending on how the dice rolls. Now, I do think that there is a capability that they could lose to a Clemson. They could lose to Alabama. Okay, I get that. That makes sense because everybody can lose to a Clemson. Anybody can lose to Alabama. And you can make the case that this season anybody could lose to Georgia because they played fucking great.
Yes, LSU,
when
they're playing their best, can play with anyone. Michigan besides Ohio State.
Yeah. What was the score of that game?
I don't even remember, but it was 60 something. We put up 60 on them.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Oh God! But yeah, with what you're saying, though, like Ohio State, though, it comes down to that Purdue loss, and I get why they're not in. But is it the 4 best teams or not? Like, because even with that loss, I still think they are one of the 4 best teams.
I think that the change that is good that they went from the BCS system to an expanded 4-team system. Mm-hmm. But I think in order to give true accreditation to the existing structure, the only way they can truly do it is to have all the conference championships bang it out as a tournament.
Well, right,
you know what I'm saying? All conference champions get a shot.
Exactly. I think it needs to be 16 teams. I've thought this through as well. And I think there's 11 conferences. And so you'd have your 11 conference champions and then the next 5 at large with guaranteed at least one of those going to an independent or one of the lower divisions if they meet a certain requirement.
Right.
Like how Notre Dame has their exception, which Notre Dame, BYU is now independent. Like some of those schools, religious schools, have a deal worked out with the committees. That's how Notre Dame got in as a 12.
I think that they should get rid of those motherfucking deals, though, because I feel like it discredits the aspect of that conference championship.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because if that's going to play into factor someone's strength of schedule, you know what I mean? And all these varying factors that keep you at the top of the rankings, then it also should, in that same regard, take away from, and it doesn't.
Well, it's kind of like with the BCS bowl games they had there. They had, I think it was the championship game and 4 other ones. And so that would be like the top 10 teams or the top 8 or top 10 teams, basically. And so what you had was, instead of those games being nothing, those are going to be, I mean, I don't know, it's just...
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's always some fucking political bullshit. Speaking of fucking political bullshit, you can go ahead and download and stream that motherfucking Watergate album right now at iTunes and Spotify from the illustrious Conspiracy family, featuring motherfuckers like myself, Joshua Dunn. You can follow me on the internet at Joshua P. Dunn. Newkleus at MC Newkleus. Newkleus, Newkleus. We're talking about Conspiracy is the label.com, where you can pick up all that dope ass Conspiracy Entertainment merch.
Yes.
Super fly ass shit. And that motherfucking political bullshit that they do in the college football reminds me of some shit that you had talked to me earlier about, a clip on the internet that you wanted to talk about on the show.
Yeah. And we'll play that clip here real quick.
Could we have a couple questions, Director Comey? A couple questions, please.
So another day of Hillary Clinton's emails and the Steele dossier. This while the President of the United States is lying about the FBI, attacking the FBI, and attacking the rule of law in this country. How does that make any sense at all? Republicans used to understand that the actions of a president matter, the words of a president matter, the rule of law matters, and the truth matters. Where are those Republicans today? People who know better, including Republican members of this body, have to have the courage to stand up and speak the truth, not be cowed by mean tweets or fear of their base. There is a truth, and they're not telling it. Their silence is shameful.
Okay, now explain to me, who is it in this clip and what the fuck is going on here, bro? Because you're more of a white collar type dude than I am. You know what I'm saying? You're more into the world news and politics and shit, and that's why it's a wonderful thing to have you as a part of the Swanglin show. We can get some diverse topics going on. So explain to us, what the fuck did we just listen to there?
Okay, so former FBI Director James Comey was on Capitol Hill, which means he was in. He had a meeting with Congress. It wasn't an interrogation, but more of a interview. Came up and answered questions, and it was in private setting, with the transcripts being made public later. But he wanted to originally do a public for the public to see on C-SPAN and on CNN and Fox News and stuff. He wanted to do something that was out in the open to the public, and Congress, the congressional committee that he was going in front of, didn't want to do that. So he comes out of there after, I believe it was a couple hours of being questioned by the congressional committee, which is Republican majority led right now, because they've had majority in the House at the moment and in the Senate. And so he comes out of there, and he's pretty furious about how it was handled. He mentions the thing about Hillary and the Steele dossier, which basically what it comes down to is Comey is furious, and a former FBI director is calling out members of Congress about their conduct behind closed doors, and it comes down to this whole Russia thing with Trump.
Now, this is something that is groundbreaking in a sense.
Yes.
Where this is something like a political fucking smoke and mirrors type event, to where, like, if you're not paying attention to this, this is a major event. Him doing this in his own right, correct? It's
historic for a former FBI director, to be calling out members of Congress in their home in Capitol Hill, in the chambers of Congress, in front of a bunch of news cameras all over the country. I've never heard of such a thing, and it's crazy that we've got to these kind of times where that's happening, and it says something about the state of affairs in America.
Now, do you think, now this is something that I think, and I don't talk about my own, like, political views a lot, because I'm, in a sense, I'm very ignorant to a lot of stuff. I don't pay attention
at least you're
to the legislation and what the fuck's going on. Sometimes I don't even vote, when I should all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't. And that's just me being honest about it, because, like, I look at that scenario, and I almost wonder, do you think that social media and the influence that comes from, Instagram and Facebook and people's instant need for gratification, do you think that plays this major fucking role in the way that they fucking try and like sheeple the American people?
Well, yes, that's actually proven that that's exactly what happens because Russia did it to us in the 2016 election. There was just some reports that came out about that. Russia hacked. I should say they hacked into our elections. That's not accurate. Russia influenced Americans through social media, so it stands to reason that if another country could do it to us, it could very easily be done by our own country. So,
right.
So yeah, it can be done. Is done. We are dealing with that as a nation now, with what happened and how that happened. And they use social media by sharing stories and targeting people. It's the same way the companies target an audience.
Just like advertising or anything else that's along those fucking lines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very sophisticated.
Well, the reason why I bring that up specifically, right, is because there's this major like divide that you see in a lot of different types of people that you'll encounter in your everyday life, whether you're at work, you're at the fucking hospital, grocery store, whatever, right?
Sure.
To where people will act a certain type of way when people are around them, and they'll be, some people will be reclusive, some people will be outgoing, but then you get these people on the internet, though, on the social media shit, and they become a different person, right?
Yes.
And you see that with, like, even as deep right now as an issue making headlines and has been for pretty much his entire term, the President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Yes.
He'll say some straight reckless off-the-wall shit like he's ready for smoke on the internet.
Yeah.
And you see this shit with a lot of people as well, and it's like, okay, if we're supposed to be modeling our image as a good citizen of this country, who the fuck are we modeling it after? Because if we're following the lead of somebody that's throwing shade on the internet,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be land of the free, home of the brave, not land of the petty and treated like slave.
Yeah,
you feel me?
It's indicative of us as a society that we elected this man, and I didn't vote for him, but I do include me as a part of the American populace, and we as a people. This guy made it to the highest office in here, and what does that say about us? It says, we are petty. It says we are like him. This is who we want to represent us. As a people. And we need to take a hard look at ourselves and what we value going forward.
I think we need to apply that. Everybody needs to apply that same theory to their own individual situations and relationships in their life.
Conduct yourself accordingly.
Even at the lowest and most primal level, like you're dealing with family and dealing with your own drive when it comes to getting money or being a professional, building your own skills. You know what I'm saying? We got to have that straightforward and upward approach to everything that we're doing in order for respect to be given. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's some people that are outlandish and ain't going to respect you anyway, but, there's a certain code. And I feel like as an American people that standard that we had set for who we are and what we're about, I feel like that's changed.
Well,
it's diminished.
Yeah. Well, it's all over society too. Like we do more things for the gram or for whatever than we do for the sake of doing them. And and I don't want to talk about celebrities too much, but I just seen in the news that Cardi B and Offset had apologized to her in public, and which is cool or whatever, but it was this off the cuff scene, or it was off the cuff, that made all of the TMZ and all the pop news and got a bunch of attention. Well, the people that ran the show said that was pre-planned and everything like that came out a few days later.
Well, right.
And it's like Offset being down for some pre-planned makeup session on a fucking stage. Would Tupac have done that? Would Tretch have done that?
Who gives a fuck? I mean, let's think about it from this standpoint.
I think the game has changed.
Look, from a human standpoint, this dude has to deal with this woman for a long period of time to get a child. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's think checkers here. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, you're sorry. You feel me? I'd be fucking sorry too, because I mean, you gotta.
You're gonna go out in front of everyone, and you're gonna fucking apologize to me, dude.
And that's how a family stays together, right there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta commend him for biting the bullet, because Eddie man.
Well, you have to at that point. I feel like that's honorable. I don't hold
Yeah.
that against him, because at this point, you know what I'm saying, you're playing a game of Twister. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you stay afloat. You know what I'm saying?
I take back what I
shout out
said.
to Offset, and we wish you the best.
Yeah, shout out to Offset. I take back what I said. That's a very good point.
Now, but the reason why I brought up like the points with the internet shit and people coming out of pocket and doing all the fucking the extra shit for the internet, like stop fucking going to a Thanksgiving mission and pulling your fucking camera out you're a bitch made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
You gotta give from your heart. Don't do some faggot shit and fucking be out here pretty much trying to PR your way into being a good person, because that makes you a piece of shit and we see you.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with promoting some charity event to get them more donations and stuff like that, but it's another to, you know, take selfies with hobos you just gave a penny to or something.
Right.
You know, so you... Because I don't have a problem with necessarily, like, taking some credit, or at least, like, getting awareness out for stuff.
Feeling accomplished as well. I get you.
But really, you know, it is about the events, and I try to do... Well, we've done tons of charity events, and I always try to make sure we put the cause first and make sure that we take care of that business of what's most important, and that's getting a good turnout and good donations and things like that. We always put that first.
Absolutely. And speaking of some other straight cornball shit, you know what I'm saying, relating to the internet, man, we got to address the subject. That is, a lot of people in this world are dealing with this shit on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, I'm dealing with this stupid shit right now. We're talking about catfishing.
Fun.
If you Newkleus, you're aware of what catfishing is, right?
Yes.
Catfishing, for the people, I'm sure if you're hip enough to be listening to a podcast, you know what you know what I'm saying? Catfishing is. Catfishing is these people make these fake profiles with other people's photos and all this other shit trying to lure. I don't really know what are they looking for? They're trying to get some money?
Well, I think it's,
or
it depends.
Nudes?
There's a goal of, deception in order to either waste their time or their money or something. They get some kind of supply from these people of whatever these people need from that interaction.
What is that? Some type of fucking
mental illness. That's
That's some type of disorder that probably needs to be diagnosed. But me personally, I'm dealing with this shit right now. Motherfuckers are creating dating site profiles with my pictures and shit and hollering at bitches in my local area, which is pathetic, makes me look like a corn. But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, the people that are doing it stop doing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you grow some balls and you listen to the Swanglin show and you figure out that you should probably start being yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In order to get to where you need to be and stop trying to
you likely have a skinny wiener, dude. Like, if you're using other people's pics to get chicks, man.
Yeah, but hopefully, you know, it's not some type of predator scenario, and that's what concerns me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that do some weird shit on young women and old people and stuff on the internet, and I think if you do that shit, you're a complete scumbag and you're a pussy. It's like, you know, it's like the difference between robbery and burglary in a way.
Yeah.
To where it's like if you're burglarizing, you're bitch made. But if you take it from somebody from their fucking hand, okay, at some aspect you kind of have to respect that. But when you become the cat burglar, you're a fuck boy. You know what I'm saying?
The cat
so
burglar.
in that same sense, if you're catfishing people, you're a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, cat's a pussy, bro.
Yeah, that's the message we got to send out on this special motherfucking holiday return edition, episode 4 of the Swanglin Show with your boy Joshua Dunn. Joshua P. Dunn. The P is for Padre, because I could be your motherfucking dad. We're in this bitch right now, recording this motherfucking shit, drinking iced coffee with my good pal from way back. We've probably been rocking, 10 years?
Yeah, it's been about 10 years.
Easily 10 years. And that's what's great about the Swanglin Show is, you know, this might be the 4th episode, but a lot of the content that you're receiving on this show from me, from my co-host, from my guests, is game that comes from experience, comes from real life situations. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to give you false ass fucking advice. We're not going to lead you in the direction of doing some shit that's going to throw you down the bus. We're not going to, you know what I'm saying? This is the podcast for the motherfucking people.
Yeah.
That swangle.
Yeah, and I want to point out to anyone, if you're when you're listening, you hear anything like about the catfish, you got a catfish story yourself, please send that information to us. We'd like to hear those stories and things like that. And any topics, if you ever want to hit me up or hit us up on our social media and stuff about anything we've talked about here, you're more welcome to do that.
And make sure, at any given time, you're also available to send an email to holla@theswanglinshow and drop some motherfucking game on us, and we're going to hit you back. It's always a good look to have my good pal Newkleus in the motherfucking building. Chopping game, as always. What we're going to do is recently I had this conversation with my Bulger Bloodline Records family, Majik Duce, Dan the Saltine, some real 419 veterans that's been out here for a long time. They got that Lowry's.
Yes.
Seasoned vets out here. We're very influential in the area as far as helping people brand their identities and merchandising and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They've been the homies for a long time, so I had to bring them in, you know what I'm saying, and feature them, give them the opportunity and show them some love on this special, very special Fuck Santa Claus edition.
Yeah, Krampus
of
all the
the
way.
Swanglin Show. Oh shit, we got a caller right now. This is the motherfucking Bulger Bloodline Records fan.
What up, what up? Hey, what's good?
What y'all doing out here right now? Y'all traveling to a show, huh?
Yeah, man, we traveling down to Anderson, Indiana for Call Shit Christmas. I think it's the 5th annual one, so we're going to go down there and, kick it with our people.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hit me up, chop game with me on the return of the motherfucking Swanglin Show. Like I said.
Yeah, man, I'm actually happy it's back, Doug. Yeah.
Me too, man. We're doing it this time across a bunch of different platforms and trying to grow it and make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to help when we got real-ass dudes like you two fellas that's going to call in and show me some love. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate it.
So, now that I got you guys on the horn, we're going to do a flashback mode, right? I don't remember what year it was. It was probably 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We all linked up. Columbus, Ohio. I had shot the video for the Majik Duce Kill the Irishman video.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all remember that day?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man.
Finding a whole bunch of weed in a random alley. Blunts everywhere.
Yeah. Absolutely, and there was the issue when, before the video started, we was at my house, and animal control people pop up, start beating on the door.
Yeah, dog, we didn't know what was popping that day, man. We didn't know if we was about to leave you there, cuz we didn't know what was going on.
Hey, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought you had some serious shit going on, dog. I thought we maybe walked into a very perilous situation at the moment. You know what I mean? I was a little concerned.
Well, you know me well enough to know that that's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit was funny as fuck to me, though. And y'all had your homie from Indiana, Dash 10, out there with you. Rest in peace, the homie. He got shook by the animal control beating on the door and shit.
Yeah.
That shit was great.
Hell yeah.
I was like, yo, are we still going to shoot a video? And he was like, yeah, we going to shoot a video.
I was like, this fool. All right, run that. Hey.
Absolutely. So y'all been doing a lot of shows lately, man. Staying on the road. How's the road treating you?
It's expensive, cuz, for real.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of preparation, a lot of, travel expenses, but, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit, we be coming out of pocket, man. You know what I mean? Just because we love this shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the name of the game. You have to get out there. You have to establish a presence. And that's what we're doing. Because we feel like it's going to pay off in the long run, so we're going to keep doing it.
Absolutely. You know, it feels better when you pay your own dues. You know what I'm saying? Make your own way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Now, since you guys have been spending a lot of time on the road, I want to ask you guys this question. Is there any tips or tricks that you can give any artist that's out here that's wanting to hit the road on ways they can maybe save a buck or be more targeted towards actually accomplishing shit while they're on the road?
Well, you have to be you have to plan for it. You have to put some money back. You have to invest in yourself. You know, it's not, like I said, it's not cheap making these trips and, you know, rocking these shows, but it's a necessary part of the game. So, and you also have to be able to network people. You can't just show up and not talk to nobody. You have to establish relationships. You have to continue to grow your audience, you know, and
booking ahead of time, too.
Booking ahead of time, yeah. It's all about the preparation, man. Save some dollars.
They're going to slap you extra when you want that rental car that day. You know what I mean? As opposed to getting it a week ahead of time. You save a lot of money that way, getting hotels and cars and things like that booked ahead of time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to do shows, you got to get outside of your hometown. You have to travel. You have to, it's just like I said, it's a necessary part of the game. So you got to save your money, put your money back, and make it work for you.
That's what's up, man. That's something I respect about y'all specifically and have since the whole time I've known you guys, that you're not scared to, you know what I'm saying, put the ball in your own fucking hand and just make it work.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. For sure, man.
Now, you guys got any new projects coming out?
Well, as, you know, we recently signed a couple of new artists. You know, it's along with me and DTS. We got Nasty Inc. and we got, you know, Trouble. And they're working on a few projects. So we're trying to get, you know, all the release dates, you know, settled in and everything. And everybody's staying busy. So we got some, everybody's got some new material. So, you know, everybody's working.
That's what's up. I see that you guys picked up them 2 artists. They've been rocking with you for a minute anyway, so that's just a logical move. You know what I'm saying? Keep it family.
Yeah, and like I tell Dan, I mean, we agreed that we had to build this up. Too many labels signed way too many artists too soon. You know what I mean? So we wanted to take couple of years and build everything up and then allow people to be part of it. You know, I think it's more effective that way.
I agree with you. I think you guys made a good choice too, as well as the artists that are a part of it, especially from like a regional standpoint. With all of us being from Ohio, I mean, y'all just hit Indianapolis market, Detroit market. On top of the fact that you guys travel constantly, I think that's something that's going to help you guys in the long run a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Keep them around the region, you know.
I also want to say, like, you know, those are our bros. You know what I mean? So really, we're not really signing people. They had to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it was a timing thing, where we may have had to wait a little bit to line some stuff up, but they was going to be a part of this from the beginning anyway, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of setting stuff in order, getting our bros with us. You know, I mean, people are asking, you know, they want to get signed and stuff too, but it really isn't it's really not open like that, you know what I'm saying, at this time. We're kind of just, they had to be there, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Dunn. Hey, real quick, man, let me ask you something.
Run.
From you being a label owner, when did you feel comfortable, you know, having people join the team? Were they there from the jump, or did it take a while for you to get established and allow people to be a part of it? What approach did you take?
Well, to be honest with you, I kind of stacked my plate too full from the jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you had mentioned, I wanted things to run a certain way, and a lot of people that was involved were there from the beginning, but I did reach out and pull, and I feel like I kind of overexerted myself from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So that approach that you guys are taking, I feel like is very smart and is wise, you know, to be able to assess the market and see what other people have done and make the decision to take the approach that you guys have. I think is a very good look for y'all.
Yeah, sure do. Yep.
And, you know, looking back on it now, when I was going through it then, I didn't think I was overloading myself, or because everybody involved, you know, it's all family shit. I mean, there's people that I actually rock with, you know what I mean? So
right.
My intent,
getting them on the same
was
page.
Not to spread the table thin, you know what I mean? But in reality, that's in fact what happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's very smart to look at it and be assertive when you're making those decisions.
You got to be able to maintain with where you're at, dog. So when you add something, you keep it running how it always has been running. You know what I'm saying? And when you add too much, shit gets a little funky. You know, you got to tighten up certain things, and you know that's where we're at right now. Kind of, you come into people management, dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, everyone's life. You know, you're kind of involved in their life in a certain aspect at some point. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and that's how you gotta rock it, because you'll know that trust is there.
And you know, also just getting everybody on the same page, and you know, everyone works different, dog. You know what I'm saying? You can't really say, you know, a lot of stuff, hey, I need this LP by this date, and that don't always work, you know what I'm saying? Everybody works at their own pace. They work in different ways. So, like I said, it kind of comes into people management more than anything, you know?
Right, and that's a skill that goes far beyond music. That's a personal trait, and I feel like as long as you guys continue on the trend that you're on, I feel like you guys are destined to do something really, really fucking major because of the way that you prepare. I feel like that's what sets you guys apart, is that you are aware of not only who you are, what you're capable of creating, the marketplace, and how you push it, because you got to stay on the curve of dropping new merchandise and taking these different approaches and are changing the way that a lot of indies in the local area are working because they can't keep up with y'all.
Sure, bro. We're trying to get people the tools they need to succeed too, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to hold connects back. They don't want to tell you where they get the shirt from. They don't want to tell you all this. You know, we give the game away in that aspect because why not? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to utilize what someone tells you? A lot of people just they get information and then sit with it. You know what I'm saying? They don't actually do nothing with it anyway. You know what I mean? So we're trying to motivate people to utilize the stuff. You can be right where we're at as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we give you the game, but whether you utilize it or not, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? But like he said, we're going to give you all the tools, all the resources. You just have to be the one to apply yourself.
And that's where really people is going to stand out, dog. Who's the one with the hustle? Who's the one staying up, 3 days in a row to get this shit done? You know what I mean? That's where you're going to start seeing people stand out. Not us, but other people. It's going to be beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that outlook, and I think it's a very forward approach to partnership. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I've managed a lot of my relationships with artists, is keeping everything open-ended and actually being focused on the growth. You know what I'm saying? And leaving things open-ended to where the partnership aspect is actually fair. You know what I'm saying? To where it's completely transparent and everybody wins. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you guys are really on the right path with that, with the Bulger Bloodline Records brand and the commission in general. And since we're talking about Bulger Bloodline Records, your guys' imprint, there's a lot of play on Irish heritage and things like that in your guys' imagery and the way that you push yourself out there like that. Me personally, I'm Italian, and I feel like I am the Italian honorary BBR family. How y'all feel about that?
Yeah. I'm with that, man. I'm with that for sure.
I was just telling dudes about that. That's what I came up on. The old shit like that, Italian style stuff like this. Everybody's talking about Whitey and this and that. There's the snitch things going on. Everyone can form their own opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? We're using it as a family. I don't know, a play off of that. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the commission is multiple families, so to speak. You being one of them. You know what I'm saying? People that we have came up with and that we mess with and we want to see succeed. That's what the commission is, dog.
It's all about discipline, loyalty, and ambition. We really pride on ourselves on possessing those characteristics, and that's how we're running the shit. We run it like the mob, man.
Hey, and you want to know what, man? There's a lot that is to be said about people that carry themselves with that type of integrity and character, and that's part of the reason why I lashed you all from the grip, and I feel like you guys are like me in that regard. Now, I really appreciate you guys calling, even though I know you're busy and you're on the road, to do this interview with me for the return of the motherfucking Swanglin show, not the motherfucking Danglin show, not the Michael McDanglin show. But like I said, we got Majik Duce on the line. We got my man Dan the Saltine, Bulger Bloodline Records. Let the people know right now, if they're interested in hearing what you guys are doing or what you got popping off, where they can find you.
MajikDuce.com, DanTheSaltine.com, BulgerBloodline.com, and then we have thecommission.com, where people like you, Damian Quinn, Axe, all these people, they all got profiles on there. Show everybody their social media, so everyone can access everything quicker and easier. And like I said, give everybody these tools to share things and, you know, like things, all that stuff. That's what we're trying to do here.
And that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's a good look. And hopefully you guys will draw some more traffic your direction. Things will keep building and growing for you guys. Now, one thing I want to drop, I know you guys are busy. I want to bring this up on the call because I feel like this was some epic shit. 2 years ago, roughly, it was like around September time. You know what I'm saying? All three of us have birthdays that are sitting in the same time frame. I think it's like within a week of each other. You know what I'm saying? We all had linked up. We went out and mobbed out at the Toledo, Ohio Hollywood Casino and was kicking it on some straight baller birthday bash, man. Y'all remember that shit?
Probably lost a whole bunch of money, dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we lost money, but we had a great time. You know what I mean? Just the homies, everybody celebrating their birthday. You know, hopefully we can do that shit again, Don.
Hey, next time maybe we'll actually have a party, you know? I like to hide out on my birthday, dog, you know what I'm saying? I fuck around and hide out. But, you know, I forget that you was in my town.
We try to improvise that night, you know what I mean?
You know, we should have more going on, but we definitely had a good time, dog.
Let's go to Las Vegas or something, man. We got to up the ante for the 2019 Freeway Birthday Casino Royale Bash.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, man, we can do whatever, man, you know? Or, you know, we've always thought about maybe a concert.
Yeah, that would work too, you know? Get together somehow
like
around
that.
September time and make it crank once again.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do something, dog. We gotta get on that planning now. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, hey, my motherfucking guys, kill your show tonight. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you calling into the Swanglin show. Go ahead and run a shout out for all your people real quick before we end up off the line.
Yeah, hey, first of all, I want to thank you, you know what I'm saying, for providing this service and supporting the underground, dude. That you being a label owner as an artist, for you to take your time out to do something like this, man, we really appreciate it. And I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. But I want to wish all my people a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, be safe. Much love from Majik Duce DTS and BBR.
So.
Swing. I know you feel me. Swing. Conspiracy. Label A. Swing. That's our shit. I'm dangling like a broken arm. I got no regard like I'm famous. I stay stankin' like an open jar. Candy kush for my sweet tooth. Optimal is my shell of preference.